So to start this model of E.T., I have coloured some Sabatino pasta model. I've used chestnut and dark brown, so it's more chestnut and a little bit of dark brown. So I've separated this paste into the sizes that I think I need for this figure. So I've got 110 grams for the body, 10 grams for the feet, 27 grams for the head and 27 grams for the arms. So here I have a little bit of white and a tiny bit of blue, which makes it the whole paste up to 175 grams. These of course will be for the eyes. So just so you can see, I have a picture here of E.T. that I'm going to use as a guide for making this model. So starting with the body, I am just going to get the basic shape, so that is like a thick sausage, and then the top here where the arms will go, I'm just tapering that off a little bit. Okay, at the bottom I don't really need to taper, but I do need a little bit of a waist, and then flatten it slightly because we don't need it quite so rounded. So this starts off his basic shape. And taking a ball tool, I'm going to make arm sockets straight away. And a socket for the neck to go in a bit later. So I'm flattening that down probably a little bit more. So it's a bit thinner at the neck, like sort of above his chest. So starting with the belly, he has this nice rounded section for a belly. So I'm just going to shape one in with the wide end of the Dresden tool. So straight away you can see that is now protruding a little bit. What I want to do now is just smooth around. So I'm keeping the model in my hand so I don't flatten it on the board at the moment. So smooth around and then smooth that sharpness there. And I'll just do it a little bit more, so a little bit more of that space around, just soften it out the way. So basically I am flattening the area around it more. I need to put in a stick. Because this will help support the neck later. And then just gently feed that down. You see I'm twisting and gently pushing. And now I'm starting to get some detailing, so it does have this bit of a waist here. I can smooth that out then. Now I'm going to start adding some detail around his belly. So he has some creases here. Which come out to the side. And then down. So I'm following what I can see on this picture. So some finer lines just here. Nice and gentle ones there. and then some much deeper ones. You don't want them too perfect. So now working on his ribs. So we've got a couple of ribs that are slightly more gentle. We just get them in there first. So I'm not happy with that one. So I'm just going to take that out. And so I've started these little rib lines off, and now I'm going to smooth them out with the wider end of the tool. So they don't need to be quite as sharp. And then soften over them. So then his actual chest. So just using the wider end again and getting that chest shape in. But then soften it. And then he has some little creases here. And then some around the neck, some sharper lines around the neck. Now for the back, create a spine and a bottom. And then just increase that waist. And then just put some extra lines in. And get the back of his ribs in. And then I am just going to flatten the bottom off a little bit. Right, so moving on to his feet, I'm going to split the paste into 2 equal halves. Roll them into sausages. And then I'm just going to bend to create his foot. So that will be his little short stumpy leg. He doesn't have much of a leg. And then flatten this out for feet. So at the moment it looks like a boot. So I've got a couple of pieces of lolly stick here, which I'm just going to add water onto. And they just need to fit inside that leg. So just cut in a couple of marks in to each one. And rolling those off to make them pointed. So this one might be a bit too long, so I'll cut that down. And then I'm just going to soften in between the toes. And add some deep crease lines in there. All the way around the feet. Oops. And working up to the legs. Okay, and these toes just need to be shaped a little bit more. Just use the tool to separate them slightly from the feet. Like that. Add a couple of little creases on the toes. And then make a space for a nail. So I'm just pressing a little mark in the bottom there. He does need a slightly darker colour to make nails. So I'm just going to make a sausage and cut 6 pieces out of that. Roll those all into little balls. And then stick them into the little sockets I've made for the nails. So they of course now have to go into the body. So what I'm doing is just working out where I need to insert the sticks. So as you can see, I've got these 2 holes there, ignore that one. And I'm just going to press into the body using a bit of water. And pressing it up there, like that. So supporting it under that stick. If you're just placing this against a cake, that would be good enough because the cake will support the body. So if you're going to put these as a cake topper on top of a cake, we need to do something slightly different, because once the arms are on and the head's on, this is going to be too heavy and it won't stand up on its own easily. So what I'm going to do is remove the legs, and you see they've come straight off those sticks there. Take those short sticks out, then add longer sticks in. But first of all, place those sticks into the feet, like that, and then place the stick in, making sure that there's plenty at the bottom, and then that should go into a polystyrene, and that's not going to go anywhere. So once it's ready to insert it into the cake, then you just remove it from this and place it directly into the cake.